Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode the corporate world's secrets. Today we're diving to a report from TXNM Energy and its parent company, Public Service Company of New Mexico, PNM. Think of PNM as a company that keeps the lights on, literally. This report reveals a decision by regulators that's going to affect their prices. Are customers going to get shocked by higher bills, or will it be a smooth transition? We'll find out. If you like this kind of information, subscribe to our channel. Also join our Discord server. The link is in the description. This report is called an 8K. It's basically a quick update that companies file to tell investors about important things that have just happened. The date of this report is May 15, 2025. This is when the event being reported actually took place. We're looking at a report that involves both TXNM Energy and Public Service Company of New Mexico. PNM TXNM Energy is the main company filing the report, and Public Service Company of New Mexico. PNM is mentioned because the report is about an event that directly involves them. Both companies are based in New Mexico. It's worth noting that TXNM Energy and PNM share the same address and phone number. PNM is actually the older company, so they are both related. This part is basically legal housekeeping. It's just checking boxes to say this report isn't meant to be used for other things like selling stock or takeovers. Here's the heart of the matter. On May 15, 2025, the New Mexico Public Regulation Commission and NPRC approved a deal that PNM made with other groups about how much they can charge their customers. This is the crucial part. Customer rates will be going up, but not all at once. The increase will happen in 2 steps, like easing into a hot tub instead of jumping in. The first increase is on July 1, 2025, and the second will be on April 1, 2026. In total, PNM will be allowed to collect an extra $105 million from customers. This extra money is based on a 9.45% return on equity and a 51.0% equity capitalization structure. Let's break that down. A return on equity of 9.45% is basically how much profit PNM is allowed to make. A profit of 9.45% is basically how much profit PNM is allowed to make based on the money invested in the company. The equity capitalization structure is about how the company is funded, with 51% coming from equity like stocks and the rest from debt like loans. In simple words, PNM is allowed to make a profit of 9.45% is basically how much profit PNM is allowed to make. A profit of 9.45% on its investments, with a mixture of stocks and loans funding the company and passing on $105 million in cost to the consumers. There's also a press release attached to this report that talks about the same thing. This is just a way for the company to make sure everyone has the same information. This is more legal language that says the information in this report isn't officially filed in the same way as other documents. This means it's not held to the same level of legal responsibility, unless the company specifically says otherwise in another filing. This section is pretty short. It just repeats the information from the previous section. Here we have a list of the documents attached to this report. The important one is the press release, which we will look at. The press release is dated May 15, 2025, the same date as the report. It's labelled as furnished not filed, which goes back to that legal point we talked about earlier. It means that even though it's included, it's not considered an official part of the filing in the legal sense. This just means it's supplemental information. Now let's step back and look at what this all means. PNM, the energy provider, is getting the green light to raise prices on its customers. This isn't happening all at once. It's a phased approach. This increase is meant to help PNM cover its costs and make a reasonable profit. What does this mean for you? If you're a PNM customer, you're going to see your electricity bills go up, but it will happen in stages. For investors, it gives a clear view on the next financial year, so they can predict the expected revenue. Acting alpha my take. On one hand, no one likes price increases. On the other hand, energy companies need to be able to invest in infrastructure and provide reliable service. It's a balancing act. The fact that the rate increase is being phased in is a good thing, as it gives customers time to adjust. The risks are always there, primarily if PNM doesn't deliver as planned. A bad winter or summer and an increase in demand could wreak havoc for them, and by extension, their customers. Overall, the NMPRC seems to have struck a reasonable balance here. So what do you think about this rate increase? Are you a PNM customer? How will this affect you? Let me know in the comments. If you found this breakdown helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe for more corporate deep dives. And don't forget to join our Discord community. The link is in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.